Welcome to Podcast Learnin' Fun. Let's start today's journey of learning by talking about birds.
Okay.
More specifically, how they navigate.
Right.
It's incredible how birds can travel thousands of miles and somehow end up exactly where they need to be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And what's even more fascinating is that this isn't just a simple instinct.
Right?
Birds have evolved multiple complex navigation systems that they use in concert,
Yeah.
almost like a multi-sensor GPS.
Okay. That makes sense, a multi-sensor GPS.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on these systems?
So one critical system birds use is celestial navigation.
Okay.
Just imagine they use the sun, stars, and moon for guidance, much like ancient sailors did.
Wow.
It's like having a built-in celestial map.
So they're like tiny feathered astronomers.
Yeah, exactly.
How do they even use this celestial map?
Well, they have what scientists call a sun compass.
Okay.
Essentially, birds use the position of the sun in the sky
Right.
and combine that with their internal biological clock to determine direction.
Wow, an internal clock. Do they adjust this clock for the changing seasons?
You're thinking like a scientist.
Wow.
Their internal clocks are synchronized with the Earth's rotation,
Oh.
allowing them to adjust for the sun's movement throughout the day and year.
Okay.
It's incredibly precise.
But this is blowing my mind.
It is pretty amazing.
But what about when it's cloudy? Can they still use the sun then?
That's where their magnetic sense comes in.
Okay.
Even on cloudy days, birds can sense the Earth's magnetic field to orient themselves.
Oh, wow.
Think of it like having an internal compass. It's a remarkable adaptation, and how it actually works is still a bit of a mystery.
So they have a sun compass and a magnetic compass.
That's right.
Are there any other sensory cues they use?
Yes. Their sense of smell plays a role, too. Birds can actually use olfactory cues, a bit like a smell map, to help them navigate familiar areas.
So they're following their noses.
Exactly. Incredible.
Imagine flying over vast landscapes and being able to recognize familiar scents tied to specific locations.
It's like having an aromatic roadmap.
Okay.
And finally, for birds migrating over landmarks and visual cues like coastlines, mountains, and rivers become crucial signposts on their journey.
So they're integrating all this information from different senses.
Yeah,
The sun, the magnetic field, smells, and landmarks.
it's a lot to take in.
But what happens if those sensory cues are giving them conflicting information?
Okay.
Like if they're using their magnetic compass, but familiar landmarks suggest they go in a different direction.
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
And it gets to the heart of how sophisticated avian navigation truly is.
Okay.
Birds are masters of sensory integration. They don't just rely on one cue. They constantly assess the reliability of each cue in a given situation and combine information from all their senses.
So it's like they're weighing the evidence.
Yes.
Like tiny scientific detectives.
Precisely.
That's remarkable.
It is amazing.
They evaluate and adjust, constantly ensuring they're on the right track.
That's right.
It's a probabilistic approach, meaning they weigh the probabilities and make the best decision based on the available data.
Exactly.
It's amazing to think about the complex calculations happening in their tiny bird brains.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm starting to think these feathered friends are way smarter than we give them credit for.
You're absolutely right. There's still so much we are learning about their incredible navigational abilities.
Well, before we get too carried away with their intelligence, we have to ask, is all of this just pure instinct? Or is there an element of learning involved? After all, even the best GPS needs a map update now and then.
That's where it gets even more interesting.
Uh,
While some aspects of bird navigation are undoubtedly instinctual,
Right.
there is growing evidence that experience plays a vital role in honing their skills.
So are you saying birds can actually learn how to navigate better?
Yes.
How do they do that?
Well, for example, young birds often follow more experienced birds on their first migration,
Okay.
picking up crucial information about routes and landmarks along the way. Think of it as a feathered flight school with seasoned pros guiding the next generation of navigators.
Ah, so they're learning from the experts just like we do.
Exactly.
I'm starting to wonder if there are any avian navigation instructors out there offering online courses. But in all seriousness, studies have shown that birds raised in captivity without exposure to natural cues often have difficulty navigating.
That's right.
This further highlights the crucial role of learning and experience.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. It's probably a fascinating combination of innate abilities and environmental learning,
Yeah,
just like with many other animal behaviors.
it is.
But are we any closer to actually understanding how this all works in their brains?
Science is making incredible strides.
Okay.
Researchers have identified specific areas of the bird brain that are particularly active during navigation.
So like a tiny little navigation center in their brain.
You could say that.
What have they discovered?
One key area is the hippocampus,
Hmm.
which, as you might know, is associated with spatial memory in many animals. In birds, it seems to play a crucial role in remembering routes and landmarks.
So like their internal map.
Think of it as their internal map room storing all those crucial navigational memories.
Wow, a map room in their brains. Amazing. Is there anything else?
Yes, another fascinating region is called cluster N, located in the forebrain of birds.
Cluster N.
This area is thought to be involved in processing magnetic information, potentially housing the neural circuitry for their internal compass.
So cluster N might be where their magnetic sense resides. Are scientists able to prove that?
Well, while we can't ask a bird how their compass works, researchers have found that disrupting activity in cluster N can impair a bird's ability to orient itself using the Earth's magnetic field.
Oh.
That's pretty strong evidence.
It's incredible how science is slowly unveiling these secrets. We're literally peering into the brains of birds and starting to understand how they achieve these amazing navigational feats.
It truly is a remarkable testament to the power of evolution and the endless wonders waiting to be discovered in the natural world.
It really is.
Yeah, it makes you realize how much we can learn from observing nature and understanding the adaptations different species have developed over millions of years.
Exactly. Speaking of learning, does studying bird navigation have any practical applications for humans? I mean, beyond just being super cool.
Absolutely. Understanding how birds navigate has the potential to impact various fields.
Really, like what can we learn to navigate as well as a bird?
Well, maybe not quite as well, but we can certainly take inspiration from them.
Okay.
Imagine if we could develop navigation systems that worked as efficiently and reliably as a bird's internal compass.
Now, that would be amazing. No more getting lost on road trips.
Think bigger such technology would be a game changer for aviation robotics, even search and rescue operations.
Wow, you're right. The possibilities are endless.
Mm.
Are there any other areas where bird navigation research could make a difference?
Definitely understanding how birds navigate, especially migratory patterns, is crucial for conservation efforts.
Right.
By knowing the routes they rely on and the habitats they need during their journeys, we can better protect them.
That's so important, especially with so many bird populations facing threats from habitat loss and climate change.
Exactly. The more we understand about their incredible journeys, the better equipped we are to ensure those journeys continue for generations to come. But conservation isn't the only area where this research matters.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What else?
Believe it or not, there are potential medical applications as well. Studying the neural mechanisms behind bird navigation, especially their magnetic sense, could offer insights into human neurological conditions.
Really, that's fascinating. I never would have thought about a connection between bird brains and human health. Can you give me an example?
For example, some researchers believe that studying how birds sense magnetic fields could lead to breakthroughs in understanding and treating neurological disorders that affect balance and spatial orientation in humans.
It seems like every time we delve deeper into this topic, we uncover new and unexpected connections. I'm starting to think bird navigation is like a gateway to all sorts of scientific discoveries.
It's true. Bird navigation research isn't just about birds, it's about unlocking secrets of biology evolution and even the very nature of intelligence itself.
I completely agree. It's a reminder that intelligence takes many forms.
Exactly. And sometimes the most amazing feats of navigation aren't achieved with GPS or sophisticated instruments, but with the power of a bird's brain and its intricate connection to the natural world.
Well said. It really makes you appreciate the incredible diversity and complexity of life on our planet. And it certainly highlights how much we still have to learn from the natural world.
Absolutely. We've only scratched the surface of understanding how birds achieve these remarkable navigational feats. There are still so many mysteries to uncover and lessons to learn.
Speaking of lessons, one thing that strikes me is how resourceful and adaptable birds are. They've evolved these incredible navigation systems to overcome challenges and thrive in a constantly changing world.
You're right. They've mastered the art of combining multiple sources of information, constantly evaluating and adjusting their course based on what's available. It's a strategy that could inspire us in our own lives.
I love that perspective. It's like a lesson in resilience and adaptability.
Think about it in a world that's becoming increasingly complex and unpredictable. perhaps we can learn a thing or two from these feathered navigators.
I think you've just given our listeners some great food for thought. We can all benefit from embracing a bit of that bird brain brilliance.
Indeed, their ability to navigate with such precision and grace is a testament to the power of nature's ingenuity.
So in a way, studying bird navigation isn't just about understanding how birds find their way. It's about finding our own way, both literally and figuratively.
Well put, it's about appreciating the interconnectedness of all living things and recognizing the valuable lessons we can learn from the natural world.
Yeah, it's amazing to think that something as seemingly simple as a bird's flight can hold so much wisdom and inspiration for us.
It really is. It's a humbling reminder that we're all part of this intricate web of life and that every species, no matter how small or familiar, has something extraordinary to teach us.
Well, I think it's safe to say we've both learned a lot today. Bird navigation is truly a marvel of nature, and it's clear that we've only just begun to unravel its secrets.
Absolutely. Each new discovery opens up new avenues of exploration, leading to even more questions and a deeper appreciation for the wonders of the avian world.
It's exciting to think about what the future holds for this field of research. Who knows what other incredible insights we'll gain about bird navigation and the natural world in the years to come.
Indeed. And as we continue to learn from these feathered navigators, we might even discover new ways to navigate the complexities of our own lives, finding our way with the same resilience, adaptability, and grace.
What a wonderful thought to leave our listeners with. Thank you for listening to Podcast Learn and Fun. If you like our videos, please subscribe, click the like button, comment, and share. See you next time.